This week we'll be talking about the technology adoption life cycle and the types of groups that businesses and consumers can fall into and the traits that are associated with each group. I'll start with a quote from our reading by Hall and Kim. Technology adoption is the choice to acquire and use a new invention or innovation. I've also included the example of the diffusion of innovation model. This model shows the adoption of innovation and new products by businesses and consumers and breaks groups down by personality characteristics and socioeconomic traits. Understanding these groups and their traits is very important for businesses that are developing new products and technologies to help understand each group and each part in the time of the product's life cycle. Understanding the groups allows companies to have targeted marketing approaches with different groups to increase business and adoption rates. The model breaks out into 5 groups: innovators, early adopters, early majority, late majority, and laggards. Innovators represent the smallest group, with only an estimated 2.5% being in that first group. Innovators are thought to have a higher level of income due to the high costs attributed to new products. This group also takes a lot of risk as the product hasn't been proven yet in the market. By paying more upfront on a product that may not yet be a hit, innovators are taking a lot of risk. Like you're the first round of people with Google Glass. Early adopters are still a relatively small percentage at 13.5%. This group is usually seen as innovators, and their opinion on a product can have a big impact as a thought leader, someone who is recognized as a leader in their field and whose opinion is sought after and respected. Early adopters have high wealth and social status and are more discreet in their decision-making than innovators. Early majority represents 34% and takes more time with decision-making than with innovators and early adopters, and arrives to the decision as the product begins to have mass market appeal. This group tends to have more limited resources and wants to make sure their purchases are made wisely. With average social status, they do have access to thought leaders. Late majority also represents 34% and wants a tried and tested solution and is more skeptical of new products than the other 3 groups. This group has a lower socioeconomic status and adopts later than the average customer and will wait until price has dropped on the product. Laggards at 16% are last to adopt an innovation and are very risk-averse and fearful of change. Age is a big factor in this group as there are generations of people who are not as comfortable with technology as much as it has only come out in the last 10 years. This group adopting a product is usually a sign that the product is in decline. I think a lot of us might take frantic phone calls from this group asking how to change the TV input or why the Netflix login isn't working at 11 p.m. For this week's activities, you'll have some readings about product life cycle and further breakdown of the 5 adoption groups. The discussion topics will help try out what you've learned. Where does your company fall as a technology adopter? Is this the right group to be in? Provide examples for products or innovations that offer more advantages as an early adopter over late adopter. Give an example of a product that you own and what adoption stage you fell into, and what advantages and disadvantages you experienced in this group.